Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Real Talk, Real Change. Let me get my guests in here. Let's see. Yep. So I'm just waiting for her to come on in. How is everyone today? Let me see. I just got to get her in here. Hey, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Perfect.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can move this up. I'm gonna have to move this up a little to get this thing situated right. Okay. So you doing okay today?
Yeah, it's actually been very busy.
Yeah.
I'm like, it will be busy on the night that I'm supposed to.
Well, you're here. I'm glad I got you here. So listen,
Yes.
I just want to welcome everybody this evening for joining me. Real talk, real change. Where we have real talk, real conversation, real truth, and real growth. And I just want to say thank you to my special guest, Kennedy Jackson. And y'all listen, I've been knowing Kennedy. Oh my goodness, I've been knowing Kennedy's baby, y'all. So I'm really putting my age out there right long now. But yeah, Kennedy was a baby. But I'm so
Mhm.
grateful to have you here with us, with me tonight. And I
Yes.
want you to just go ahead, introduce yourself, and then you can actually go on into because Kennedy is going to be sharing some stuff with you all tonight, and um, the title of what she's going to be sharing is I'm sorry, the quiet of becoming, the quiet of becoming. That's
The quiet work of becoming.
I'm sorry, the quiet work. See y'all, I had it
Mhm.
wrong. The quiet work of becoming.
Oh, good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let Kennedy go ahead and just introduce herself, tell you a little bit about herself, and then she's gonna go ahead and get started.
Yes, I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for giving me this time, this
Yes.
opportunity, the platform to speak. I am just ready to go all in. But before we do that, I definitely will introduce myself. I am Kennedy Lester Jackson. I am a native of Rochester, New York. Shout out to the 585
Yes.
always. I am currently a provisionally licensed clinical social worker. So right now I am or have been post grad providing therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy specifically to young children, to our adolescents, our teenagers, our young adults, and our adults. I mostly work with those who have behavioral issues or conduct disorders, of course, some mental health disorders, but overall, attempting to encourage my clients to communicate. Hey, that's a clinical supervisor. And I think I see my mom on here. Hi, mom. um, as so what was I saying? Oh yes, encouraging my clients to communicate or strengthening communication,
Mm.
um, developing strong, realistic coping skills to manage everyday stress, um, and also working in the community.
Mm-hmm.
This past election year, I was out getting our people registered to vote,
Good.
spreading that civic engagement and that awareness,
Mm-hmm.
from the college campuses to the DMV lines, just making sure that I'm keeping up the work that my family started doing in
Right.
Rochester,
Mhm.
here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm also in my third year of my doctoral journey.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, prayers up. I will be a PhD candidate in August.
Yeah.
So, I'll be starting on my dissertation. Um, so yeah, all of these responsibilities,
Girl, yeah.
these
No.
all the things. So I thought that it would be most appropriate to bring light into the quiet work of becoming.
Mm-hmm. That's
Um yeah, I wanted to talk about something that doesn't get a lot of attention.
right.
Most times, the quiet work happens when no one is watching, or when you are maybe withdrawn or isolated. And in return, we see the big wins, we see the announcements,
Mm.
but that all is predicated on the daily decisions that are shaping you
Absolutely.
into who it is that you want to become, or what you see for yourself. As I just stated, with all of the things that I had on my plate, um it was a lot to manage.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot to manage, and from the outside, it looks like progress,
Right.
right? But internally, there were inconsistencies that I had to face. There was pressure, there
Right.
was misalignment. Hi, Aunt Net, love you so much. Thank you for joining. And what I learned is that becoming is not loud.
Right.
It's repetitive, it's uncomfortable. Whew, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And it requires a lot of honesty. So, what is becoming? Right?
Right.
Let's define it. Let's ground it. Becoming is, it's not about changing overnight, but it's the process of aligning behaviors
Mhm.
with the person that you say that you want to be.
Right. Right.
It's identity built through repetition. So I wanted to clarify three things.
Okay.
Number one, change is gradual.
Yes.
It's not dynamic. Like
Mm-hmm.
we just said, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
Number two, emotions do not drive change,
Right.
but behavior does.
Wow. That's good. It does. Yeah.
It does.
Mm-hmm. It
You
does.
know,
Yeah.
we say that, oh, Loretta, I got my family showing up for
Yeah.
me.
Up for you. I see them all. That's awesome. That's
I
awesome.
love it. Thank you guys. But yes, emotions do not drive change, behavior does. Uh, we'll get into what I want to say later, because I'll be ready. I'll be ready. But that's the
Good.
second thing. And the third thing is identity follows action,
Mm-hmm.
not intention. So we are oftentimes in our heads thinking, okay, I want to do this, I got to make this change, this
Mm-hmm.
has to happen tomorrow, but that becomes overwhelming. You
Right.
don't know where to start. You just want to say forget it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's where the behavior becomes into alignment. We're putting that behavior over our emotions, over I don't feel like it, or I don't want to do it today, maybe tomorrow. I have actually a quote up here on my whiteboard, and it says, "Excuses make today easy, but tomorrow hard.
Mm.
Discipline makes today hard, but tomorrow easy."
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
in this season, or in previous seasons, but in this season, I had to really get honest about my patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Starting things and not finishing them, overextending myself
Right.
in my profession, in friendships or relationships, pouring into others while neglecting myself.
Yes.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. So of course, I don't want that to be public.
Right. Right.
Nothing about that required a public announcement, but it required me to privately correct
Right.
myself. And it's not that I lacked the awareness or the ability, it
Mm-hmm.
just was lacking structure and systems that I created for myself, or even my boundaries.
Right.
So, this is what I've learned. This is what I am learning, what I'm applying right now. Consistency is more important than intensity.
Yes.
And honestly, I've learned that
Hmm.
with the gym, because you know I'm pretty petite, but
Yeah.
I've always said I'm gonna be thick. so so I know a part of that required me to get into the gym.
Mm.
But when you go into the gym for the first time or the first week, you're not picking up a 80-pound dumbbell or
Right.
kettlebell. You starting small,
Progress.
and gradually with that consistency, you're able to load heavier weight. They call it progressive overload in
Right.
gym terms. So you're able to manage or maintain that weight, once you've been in the gym for maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
right? Another thing, structure reduces emotional instability. So when you make up in your mind what you're going to do, right? First thing, maybe in the morning during your hygiene routine, you know that you have a certain structure. You're going to brush your teeth, you're gonna wash your face, you
Mm-hmm.
might get in the shower, um, but like that's your structure. That's
Right.
what you're gonna do. So you're not in a space of feeling fatigued from trying to make a decision, because it's already put in place for you.
Right. Right.
So I had to learn how to implement that into my life with, sessions, kind of being on call for my clients, having homework, having classes.
Mm.
Ah, my grandma's on. Having classes, and then figuring out what I'm telling everybody that they need to do this, that, and the third for their life. But what about me? Like,
Right.
where's my structure? I
Right.
can't just get out of the bed and roll over into some emails or roll over into a session that causes instability.
Right.
So, that was my second thing. And then my third is that boundaries protect growth.
Boundaries protect growth.
Boundaries protect growth. Boundaries. What are boundaries?
Boundaries.
How are we applying boundaries? What do boundaries look like for
Mm-hmm.
myself? What do boundaries look like with my family, with my colleagues, with
Right.
like what I'm attached to? What are those boundaries? I had to make a boundary for myself that I am going to go into the gym before I start any session.
Mm-hmm.
That's a boundary for me. That protects, and that stimulates the growth that I need to be able to invest into someone else or pour into someone
Right.
else.
Right.
Boundaries is what protects me.
Mhm.
Boundaries protect my emotional, my mental, my physical. We're oftentimes telling, you know, if we have parents on here, I know we have parents on the live. I'm not a parent, I'm a cat parent, but when we tell our children, you know, you are supposed to have boundaries. Certain people cannot, nobody can touch you in different places or
Right.
your
Right.
private places.
Right.
What are your private places?
Right. Right.
Where are you, or what are you going to not allow people to
Wow, that's good.
to
Yeah, the boundaries.
yeah, to what are you not going to allow people to get close to, or interfere
Mhm.
with, what's going on? Because again, we're talking about having behavior over emotions.
Mhm.
So if somebody infiltrates my boundary, that could be almost destabilizing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Thanks,
Right.
Mom. Because somebody has violated your space. Somebody has come in and has stopped your program.
Right.
Where are you going to be able to put a standstill to that? I tell my clients when I'm describing boundaries, think of think of your body, your mind as a castle.
Right.
You know, there's guards at a castle. There's a huge door. There's columns, perhaps,
Mhm.
weapons that are at the forefront of that castle. So if the door's broken, or if a guard, he gets taken out,
Right.
then they're infiltrating your space.
Right. Right.
You have to protect that. So what are your boundaries?
Right.
I had to implement that for myself from morning to noon to night. Um, so moving on. Number one,
Yeah.
discipline over motivation.
Discipline over motivation.
Discipline over motivation. Motivation is motivation fluctuates.
Mhm.
You know, one, you might hear a encouragement, and
Right.
you like, oh yeah, I'm about to do
Right.
this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After
Right.
church, oh yeah, I'm about to get
You
my
ready?
Bible.
Yeah.
I'm about to, and then you get to that space and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore.
Right. Right.
Or somebody may have caught you along the way and just totally
Just change the whole thing. Yeah.
pivot, yeah, cause you to pivot.
Mhm.
But when you have that discipline, it stabilizes that behavior.
Yeah.
So I know I don't feel like doing it, but I know that I have
Okay.
to do it because I'm committed
Yeah.
to that discipline. They say that discipline is the highest form of self love. It
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
You are following through with what you said you were going to do.
Right.
That builds self trust. That builds the love and the compassion and the understanding for yourself that nobody really can take away, because you are disciplined in what it is that you said you were going to do.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to be mad at Joe or Schmo for not coming through, because I've been coming through for myself.
Right.
So
Right.
instead of that being a hard barrier, that's more so something that I can move out the way.
Mhm.
That feeling of maybe disappointment or neglect or abandonment when somebody doesn't come through for you. You have those feelings. You can push past that when
Yes.
you know, hey, I already did what I said I was going to do.
Right.
If I
Right.
don't do nothing else, if I go to the gym every single day, I don't care, because I did what I said I was gonna
Yeah.
do.
Right.
You
That.
know what I'm saying? So tying that into your routine, having or my routine rather, tying that into my routine. So, um, having structured days, having non-negotiables. I just did a training for case managers
Mm-hmm.
and case manager extenders that were dealing with a population that suffered with mental health or um, were just the voiceless, unfortunately, and need services and need
Mm-hmm.
advocacy. And I had to tell them that you should implement, what do I call them? Anchors in your day,
Mm-hmm.
at least 2 to 3. Having those anchors in your day, these are non-negotiables. My 3 anchors are making my bed in the morning. That has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, like in this state that I'm in, it's eating 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
That was a challenge for me, but that's a non-negotiable. I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say going to the gym. Going to the gym. That's become an anchor for me. If I don't do this, then it's not totally bad, but it's just keeping that promise to yourself, keeping that
Right.
commitment
Right.
to yourself. That's where the discipline starts to set in. Number 2, boundaries are a part of the becoming. So you cannot be you cannot attempt to become someone different
Mm-hmm.
if your access is still to the same group of people, or to the same habits, or um the same or expectations from
Right.
others.
Right.
You have to move differently. So that means maybe a change of environment. That
Yes.
means pulling out maybe a calendar or a whiteboard. If you're not able to remember your boundaries, keeping them in sight
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that you can add to that discipline, because again, this is about you. This is
Right.
about becoming. This is about transformation, realigning.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Right.
3, kind of going into what I said, you are going to outgrow versions of yourself. So when you are growing, you're releasing habits, you're releasing environments, even patterns that felt normal,
Yeah.
that may have fed your negative emotions, behaviors, thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4, the most important is that private wins do matter.
Mm-hmm.
Private wins. It doesn't always have to be shouted or
Right.
shared
Right.
with others. The work that changes your life is rarely visible. Rarely. So, what can I give you guys? I'm going to give you guys a question. What is one area of my life where my actions do not match who I say I want to be?
Mm.
What is one area do that does not match or align with where it is that I want to go or who it is that I
Wow.
want to be? Um that's the question that really sets it off. And then we kind of go into figuring out the non-negotiable. You're choosing one daily behavior.
Mm.
You're choosing one daily behavior. So perhaps that's waking up at a certain time. For the longest time, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I was sleeping until 9, 10 a.m. What? What? I just missed 5 hours
Yes, you did.
of productivity. of
Yeah.
things that I could do, but I had to pull myself out of that, of how I was feeling, because
Right.
this is what it takes. This is the work that has to be done. I cannot allow myself to continue to say in my mind, okay, I want this, I need this has to happen, and I'm not moving.
And you're not doing it right.
I'm not moving. So waking up at a set time or completing one task
Right.
every single day consistently.
Hmm.
I know for sure every single day I am um at least doing my dishes.
Hmm.
At least doing my dishes, because that's what helps me.
Hmm.
That's my commitment to completion, right? I probably, my room may be a little dirty, living room, but the dishes in my sink are clean, and I can say that
Hmm. Hmm.
with, you know, thanks grandma. I can say that, right? Or attending to mental health,
Hmm.
okay? We don't do that a
Right.
lot. We may vent, we may doom scroll on Facebook, TikTok, looking at all these reels or shorts
Right.
that we can identify how it is that we're feeling, and or maybe what it is that we want, instead of perhaps reflecting,
Right.
meditating, grounding,
Yeah.
implementing a morning or night routine that allows us to take off of the residue
Yeah.
of the day, and saying, okay, this is what happened today. Maybe tomorrow I can do this a little differently.
Right.
And that may bring better progress or a more successful outcome. I wasn't able to wake up at 5, but I woke up at 6,
But
right?
that's good.
That that's great. So I'm going to go back to sleep. But it's just like it's too stuck in my head that I'm making this commitment to myself.
Hmm.
How can I expect commitment if I'm not even doing it?
It's up right. Absolutely.
Right? Number 3, creating a plan that works even when you don't feel like following it.
Mm-mm.
Creating a plan,
Feel like following it.
even if I don't feel like it. I have, again, on my whiteboard, I have I have columns for today. So, what are 3 things that I'm looking to complete today? 3 things. And then I have my top 3 column for the week.
Hmm.
What is it that the 3 things that I'm going to make sure that I implement this week? And then I have my non-negotiables. These are things that I absolutely have to do. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right. Right. That's good. That's good.
That's the plan.
Hmm.
Because despite me feeling like, thank you, Annette. Despite me feeling annoyed, frustrated, sad, maybe overwhelmed, these
Hmm.
are all valid. But these feelings pass. These feelings, these emotions, they're like people in your living room. They're
Right.
guests.
Hmm.
They're gonna leave. And what you still have is what you have to do.
Mm. That's good. That's
I,
pretty.
I'm
That's,
it's
that's good.
it's it helps. It
Mm.
helps, and it helps even more to see it.
To
So
see it.
I would encourage you guys that if you are indeed creating a non-negotiable, or you are uh what you mean? If you are creating a plan,
Hmm.
write it down. Write it down. Say it.
Right. Yeah.
Say it. Right? I didn't know what you mean by they're fleeting, bro. Tell me what you meant. And number 4, self accountability. What did I say I would do today, and did I do it? Very
Hmm.
simple. An easy, reflective question, consistent question
Mm-hmm.
that we can ask ourselves. Has this been put in place in, excuse me, and eventually you get to a space where it becomes second nature,
Right.
right?
That's so true. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, emotions are fleeting, they leave. Correct. Yes, they do. They come and go.
Yeah, they sure do. That's for
Like the motivation.
right.
Tonight I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to the gym tomorrow morning. And then my alarm goes off and it's just like,
I
I'll
mean,
stay in bed. I'll
right.
stay in bed. But then I'm like, oh dang, I made this promise to myself and I bailed on myself. What if we could just take this body and sit it down? What are
Mm,
we gonna tell it? What do you tell your kids?
wow.
I'm just saying, right? And I'm still actively practicing these things. It's not a finished process, but it is a committed one,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Um, the quiet work of becoming is not glamorous. It is waking up and choosing alignment even when it would not be the easiest option. It is correcting yourself privately. It is building a life that reflects your values, even when no one is clapping for you.
Wow.
Thankfully, I have an amazing support system.
Yeah.
So
Makes a difference. Yeah.
it really does. It really does. And I am thankful that
Mm-hmm.
I have the family that I have. Like and my other supports who I deem as family as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um here in Charlotte. But you do not become who you want to be in the moment. You become that person in the moments that no one sees. It's
Right.
kind of like when we are in prayer for something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are seeking God for something, and it causes us to, number one, have faith and belief
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of the thing that we may be praying for,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't see it, we
Right.
probably don't feel it.
Right.
But we are in private ensuring that we're strengthening our relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, um we have to do that in private. We may praise in public, but that praying, that interceding, the crying, that was all done in private.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it's also important to not compare.
That's right.
That was another
Mm-hmm.
factor in envisioning what it is that I wanted for
Mm-hmm.
myself. You know, I'm turning 28 this year. Lord says the same. And we have these kind of social timelines,
Right.
right, of certain things that you should have or should
Right.
have
Right.
at this age. And you see on social media now that everybody is going into entrepreneurship, is
Right.
working out.
Right.
They may have gotten job, house, car, relationship, whatever it is, they're posting that in public.
Right.
But what happened in private
Right.
for them
Right.
to get to that space?
Right.
There have been so many times where I was able to show up and nobody knew what had happened or what
Right.
was going on, but I'm able to show up in public because of what I'm doing in private.
Right. Wow.
Maybe what I did right before I showed up.
Right.
Am
Right.
I praying? Am I talking to someone? Am I, reflecting? Like, what am I doing? So, that's really in totality what it is that I am working on
Mm-hmm.
in becoming, and that's pretty general because you may not know your purpose, you may not know what it is that you want to become, but
Mm-hmm.
you know that you want to be somewhere. So how are you setting up for that?
Right. Right.
How is your posture?
Wow.
What are your daily habits? Because that's what's important.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah. Did you, did you, were there any questions?
Wow. Good. I'm just like, wow. I'm just sitting here like, wow. Because
Mm-hmm.
everything you have said, I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. As far as getting up every day and what am I gonna do, and you know, and am I gonna get done what I'm supposed to get done? Or am I gonna wait and do it another day? Or so I mean, I understand that everything you said has definitely been me. It has
Yeah.
been me. And I have it's just amazing. It's just amazing because I'm just gonna say it.
Uh,
Because this is real talk.
yes.
Um, it's funny because I had a conversation today with your mom. Long conversation. I reached out and I talked to her. And
Okay.
it's just amazing how what you're saying here today is almost like what she was telling me today. It was just like I'm telling you, and I know what she was saying. I mean, it blessed me, just like what you're saying here right now, and it's so true. Which I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, can what you are sharing is like on point. It is so
Okay.
people, even young people. I hope young people.
Mm-hmm.
When I play this back, and I'm just gonna tag some young people because they need to really know as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They need to know because that's real. What you saying that's real. That is
Yeah,
real.
absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of us were taught to look for change in big moments.
Yes.
So, what I'm experiencing now is that the biggest shifts come from very small corrections.
Mm.
Very small. What do they say? It's all in the details.
It's all in the details.
It's all in the details. So, people think that change feels empowering, and most of the time, it actually feels repetitive.
Right.
People think growth removes discomfort, and it actually introduces new discomfort.
Wow.
People think you'll know when you've arrived, but in reality, you're just operating differently.
Differently.
Um,
Wow.
and and one of the most uncomfortable parts of becoming is recognizing, yes, yes, um, is recognizing when your life doesn't reflect what you say you value.
Yeah.
So that can be misalignment, right? That and with that misalignment, that creates tension,
Yeah.
mentally, emotionally, even physically.
Right. Right.
And instead of avoiding it, I had to start using that discomfort as information. I
Wow.
had to start using that as information. Um,
Your discomfort. You say the discomfort that you have.
yes, the most uncomfortable parts was the misalignment.
Mm.
The misalignment. So being in places, being in relation with things, people,
Mm.
those
Mm.
patterns,
Mm.
it's not, you can't. I mean, you can do some things cold turkey, but when it comes to like living and experiencing life,
Right.
being present, like
Right.
those are patterns are difficult to overcome, which is
Right.
why we actually have cognitive behavioral therapy, because
Right.
we challenge those thoughts and those emotions and those behaviors. Um and oftentimes in your behaviors with misalignment, um your environment or your goals are not congruent.
Wow. That's
They're
true.
not congruent.
Mhm.
So, you know, you cannot you cannot resolve motivation without the adjustment,
Right. Right.
the shift. Um, and it does cost a lot to change,
Yeah.
but it costs a lot to stay the same.
It sure does. It does. It sure does.
I didn't want to be in a space where I was meeting myself with inconsistency
Mhm.
or unfinished goals, because that created internal frustration.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and at that point, it was costing me higher with um the discomfort of changing.
Right. Right.
So I had to stop focusing on doing things, well, doing everything right, but instead doing things different
Mm. You had to stop from doing everything right, but doing everything different
and consistent.
and consistent. That's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, so um I've referenced, showing up
Mhm.
and completing tasks
Mhm.
fully and creating structure instead of reacting to your day.
Mhm.
We have a lot of power.
Right.
We have a lot of power. We tell our brain daily,
Mhm.
almost every hour, almost every minute, what we want it to do.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we want to get up, go get something to eat, call somebody on the phone, watch TikTok.
Right.
You're telling yourself to do it, and then your body just moves.
Right.
So how can we flip it into creating that structure for ourselves? Build a house for yourself.
Right.
What are
Right.
you gonna allow in? What are you not gonna allow in? What are you going to place inside your house? What
Right.
are those small disciplines going to be? Because those small disciplines, they compound, not immediately,
Right.
but inevitably they do. And that strengthens the trust that you have with yourself.
Right. Right. So, what was some one thing that you felt that you was doing right, but you had to do different?
uh Going to the gym, I was doing it right when I would go.
Were you? Mhm.
But what I had to do differently was change the structure of when I was going to the gym.
Mhm.
I had to be real about the time that I wanted to go to the gym. I had to be real about what I wanted to do in the gym
Mhm.
so that I can transform to what it is that I want.
Right. Right. No, that's
Same thing with like meal prepping. Oh my gosh. I wanted to get meal prepping down pat. Like I wanted to do that. But I found that I can do it for a set amount of days rather than doing it almost every day.
Mhm.
Um uh And I thought that the right way was to do it for the entire week because I seen everybody else doing it like
That
that.
yeah, me too. I'm sitting. Yeah, me too.
But that wasn't helpful for me. And I had to start small.
Right,
I
right.
started with having one meal for one night each night. And then it grew to having meals for 2 days. And then
Mhm.
it grew to having meals for 3 days. That was that inevitable change
Right, right.
because I decided to take it and stop the overthinking.
Yeah, 'cause we
That's
do.
why it's important to write things down because
Yeah,
it lessens the fatigue.
yeah, it
Why
does.
do why do I need to think about something that I already know?
Right. That's true. That is true. Right.
Yeah. I had to stop asking, how can I change my life? Instead, I had to ask, what does it take to become the version of me
Right. Right.
that I see today? What can I do today?
Mhm.
What is one area of change that I am seeking, but my actions have not caught up with it yet?
Wow.
That is the reflective questions
No, that's
that
good.
I think about when, you know, um, when continuing with my structure or plan of action, as I like to call it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
No, that's good. That's really good.
good.
That's good, Kennedy. Oh my goodness, that was really good. That was good. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you just you just nailed it, girl. You really, because like I said, it totally blessed me. It has
Okay,
totally, like I said, I can relate to everything that you said because I have
good.
been there, still going there, still have things that I'm going through, and um, just by hearing you and you know, it helped me. It helped me.
Good.
Yeah, it helped me because I could stand to write some stuff down because like you
Mhm.
said, if I could already remember, think about it, then it's easy for me. I'm just gonna go ahead, girl. I'm gonna start writing stuff down. I'm just gonna start writing stuff down.
Absolutely. That's where your quiet work is. Becoming is not about perfection, but it is
Right.
about patterns. Um, the patterns that you repeat shape your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the work that thank you, Annette. And the work that creates um and the work that creates those patterns, it's quiet and
Mhm.
it's daily, but it's yours.
Right. Right.
But it's yours. Thank
Right.
you, bro. Thank you, bro. These
That,
videos the miss put it in the chat.
girl, your family showed out for you, girl. They like here. Yeah,
Yes, I'm really grateful.
that's all.
Um oh oh, I like when you said you used your misalignment as information slash data. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Good.
another really good point.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes when we internalize, we spiral, and that comes from having felt those same emotions maybe in different experiences that you had.
Right.
So it becomes layered, and it just gets to a space where you just don't want to deal with it. You don't
Right.
want to do anything. Um, but taking that misalignment and not using it as a punishment to myself, but using it as a data source.
Mhm.
It's just like when you are dating. This is something that learning now too.
Mm.
Dating, even though I'm married to Drake, let's just make that very clear. Yes, I
Okay.
still am married to him.
Okay.
uh, dating right now is just it's like getting to know somebody. Okay, like I see what you did there, and I'm gonna note it.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna note it, and I'm gonna see if this aligns with where I want to be or who I want to be in relation with.
Yeah. That's it.
It's
Yes.
just, mom, you don't need to laugh that hard because you know it's the truth. uh, yes, thank you, Annette. I love you guys. But yeah, it taking that source and not making it a big deal,
Right.
not making it dramatic, but okay, I'm gonna put this in my little file up here and I'm gonna come back to it and I'm gonna see, okay, is this going to be good for me down the road? I always ask my clients when they have to come to a realization of something that probably isn't the best for them. I
Hmm.
ask them if this behavior, if this feeling, if this action continue for the next 3 months, what do you think will happen?
Right. Right.
What do you think will happen? Will you continue to unravel? Will you be in even more stress?
Mm.
Will you be isolated, withdrawn? Will you be more depressed? This is real. And
Yeah.
you have that power. It's you. Can't nobody else do it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
Yes. I.
Tails,
I see.
they
I,
they can't do it. You gotta do it.
you know.
So
Glad they. I'm look. I'm glad they can't do
right, because
it.
it's all in the process. But girl.
Right. Right. Wow.
So
That's good.
yeah, thank you.
Thanks. That's
Um,
really good. That's good.
good.
I enjoyed. I mean, I have really enjoyed everything that you said, having you on here. Um, and of course, I know everyone that's watching has enjoyed everything that you shared because it definitely has blessed me. And I know, like I said, I know it blessed others. And as you can see through your comments, you got a lot of comments going on here. You got a lot of comments. I never really respond to the comments because I like to try to pay attention to, the
Mhm.
person I have on. So, but you saw your comments anyway. So, but
Mhm.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking out the time to, to come on here and do this
Absolutely.
live because it meant a lot. Like I said, it really meant a lot, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to say to the people that's watching, or any last minute things you think you might want to say, or anything?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you again for such an amazing opportunity to share. And my mom always says this when she's talking to me or when she's talking to others, but when she's giving them counsel or what have you, she says, "Well, this goes for me too. I'm talking to me too."
Right, right,
And I can honestly say that's where I am. So I'm glad that I was able to genuinely share because I was asking God, like, Lord, what do you need me to say to your people?
mm,
What do you need me to say? But I want to leave everyone with your life will eventually reflect what you consistently do,
right. That's
not what you occasionally intend to do.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Consistently do.
Yes. So I want everyone to figure out either their non-negotiables or their anchors that they have that they're committing to themselves, and be encouraged. You
Yeah.
know, it's everybody's story is different. We're
Oh,
all characters in here. So it's important that we maintain such integrity to ourselves, to love ourselves, to
Right.
give ourselves grace, to motivate ourselves, and to maintain that discipline, because it's nothing but success that comes from it, honestly. Like,
Right.
what do you actually want?
Right. Exactly.
Time is gonna pass anyways.
Right. Right. That's
Do
so.
it now. Do it now. Like my bishop would tell us to do, or my mom too. She would tell people to do it scared, do it crying,
Mm,
do it feeling defeated, do it questioning, do it frustrated, do it overstimulated. Because being ready is not a feeling, it's an action. So
yes.
you got to do what you got to do, and we know how to do that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Sure do.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me and for asking me to come on. I enjoyed myself, and I definitely pray that uh, the message was received.
Yes. Amen. I know it was. I know it was received for me. So I
Yeah,
and I know it was received for others that are watching, and even when they watch the replay still. So
yeah.
again, thank you so much, Kennedy. I love you
Me
so
too.
much. I appreciate
Me
having
too.
you, and yeah, I'm just thankful that you had the time out of your busy schedule.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for showing all the love in the comments. Y'all are amazing. Y'all definitely boosted my spirits, and I know everybody that was watching has put in time, prayer, work for
Yeah,
me to be where I'm at. So I appreciate you guys. Y'all y'all keep me focused.
that's
Y'all keep me motivated.
that's good. It's always good
Absolutely.
to try. I'm telling you, it's good.
Absolutely.
It's good to have it. Well,
Absolutely.
well, Kennedy, thank you again
Thank
for
you.
joining me this evening.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have you back again now. I'm gonna have you back again. So,
Okay.
and I know you come back. I know you come back for me again. So,
I will. I definitely will.
thank you so much, hon. I
Thank you,
love you. Have
Alberta.
a blessed night.
I love you too. Thank you.
You are
Bye,
welcome.
guys.
Have a good night.
All right.